National Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback, standing at 6'5".
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start and a new team.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And that will get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Throwing, Jones. That is caught. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts first down. First and 10.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. They run once more with Taylor. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's good for a Colts. First down. First and 10.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Now Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Badgley's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
And he went from being the surprise pick of the first round to the full-time starter late in the season. And now he has a chance to take this team to new heights starting in 2025. Really was impressed with him down the stretch, going head-to-head with Jaden Daniels in a huge game. Now he could be their franchise quarterback for the next 10 years.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. In motion, the tight end. Now Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. And looking to throw, Penix. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
On fourth down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Taken at the 37. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones to the right side, complete to Taylor. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That good for 19 on a first down.
And the Colts, first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Josh Downs, 33 yards. And the Colts add 6 to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Falcons, nothing.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Heck of a move. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. First time with Bijan Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And the Falcon first down.
Give every member of that unit a ton of credit for ripping off such a big gain there because you don't get free for that many yards on a counter or misdirection without everybody selling the heck out of it.
A play fake. Now Penix. Got a man, it's London. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. Mekhi Blackman gets in for the tackle. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
This now a 3rd and 4. They'll throw with Penix. The Colts are going to get him. There he goes. Grover Stewart in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Looking to put a drive together. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on 1st down. Left side, he finds Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones will get this one to Pittman. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 46 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Badgley on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. Throw left side, there's London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To the air, Penix locates Mooney on the out route. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Now Penix going to hold on to it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Robinson up the middle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Penix going to sneak it. And he's going to have the Falcons first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Penix. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Penix. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt here still to come.
For the extra point.
And it's 17-7.
Makes the score.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Daniel Jones and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. Taylor to begin the drive. Powers by at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Two yards to go, 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. The toss here completed to Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Jones. They're going right back to Pittman. He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They've got to get to the line quick. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
30-yard line.
So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was taken down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. He'll drop to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. Now Pennett's going to hold on to it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. A nice little juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up for them the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First down, Falcons.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Here's 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field. But defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
John Parker Romo on for the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing, Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And the Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. Fighting through it, he's got space. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Colts 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Colts first down.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. 1st and 10, Taylor now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Looking sideline, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and
3. Back to throw. Jones. Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Colts have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And looking to throw, Penix. That's complete to Mooney. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll throw with Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And London, the motion man right. They'll go play action here with Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson. So no gain on the play. And it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Penix to the air once more. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 18. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Penix going to hold, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Michael Penix, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Falcons 17.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. A beautiful fake. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones set to take over again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. Going deep here for Taylor. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Well, it goes a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down by 7, 2:18 on the clock. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
He'll look to throw. That's out wide here for Robinson.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Oh, I know it goes goes against the grain here. Totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want him to catch the football first.
He'll try to do it himself. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming.
For the extra point.
And we may very well be headed to overtime. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
To throw is Jones. Finding Pittman. And not a whole lot there. Maybe 3 yards on 1st down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial.
So it's the Colts who are going to get a chance to win it here first as we're back underway in overtime. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Looking to put a drive together.
They'll start with a give to Taylor.
And he stopped immediately there.
A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's second down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw again.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
And going right back to Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he'll get this down inside the 35.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All the option left, it's Jones.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
From the 27, Jones. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Now remember again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give them a big leg up. It's second down. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Well, now how about this return? And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Yeah, here now come the Falcons.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now for the point after.
Lining up for the extra point.
And his kick is right through. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Looking to put a drive together. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Jones.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard
Partner, there's a downside
line.
to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Yeah, this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw. Jones. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Jones. Room to maneuver at the 35. And down to the 29-yard line.
16 more yards. That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. The boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
A 38-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.
The crowd not ready to go home just yet. What a night as we say so long from Berlin.